So we are currently recording on August 17th, 2021. So some matches might get added and some maybe even taken out. I mean, the card is always subject to change.
Yeah, that's right. They change their minds like they changed their underwear.
So actually last night, a match got added, which was Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie with
right.
Doudrop.
Yep. So
that's the match we'll start out with. So Kenny, what do you think of this overall storyline that has been transpiring overall these past couple weeks?
I think it's just gotten out of hand and too far into the realm of ridiculousness. I don't think there's any serious side or any reason to watch this match that's caught my eye. That's just, other than this, it's not really interest. It's just, I'm weirded out by the Lily character. I don't know. I just don't like it, personally.
Yeah, and it's, it's going to be hard to see what will be the payoff to this whole thing, because now with the Fiend gone from the company, or Bray Wyatt, it's going to be, it's not going to be a satisfying payoff either way you look at it, because no one's really a fan of this Lily gimmick that Alexa Bliss has. And we'll get into, so who do you think is going to win this match?
I think, honestly, and I don't know why, but I think Eva Marie is going to win this match. And for some reason, it's going to put her over. And for some reason, Alexa Bliss, I don't even know. No one needs this win. No one needs this match. But someone has to, and I'm going to say Eva Marie.
And I was actually I'm beg to differ. I think Alexa Bliss is going to win, because what I think is going to happen is Doudrop will either be possessed, or she's, over the weeks, Eva Marie and Doudrop have been kind of, not on the same page. Eva Marie's been pretty much abusing Doudrop. So I think a face turn for Doudrop is in effect very soon, and I think it's going to happen at SummerSlam.
That could be the case, yeah.
Which will ultimately be Eva Marie's downfall in the match. So Alexa Bliss, I think, will take the win. Hopefully she'll take the gimmick out
hopefully it just gets washed off
television, for the love of God. And they're all great performers, but it's long enough. It's run its course. It's similar to the Mysterio Seth Rollins family feud. It
should have been an idea that was ditched.
I think it definitely is overstayed its welcome. And so Kenny's gonna go for Eva Marie. I'm gonna go for Alexa Bliss. Kenny, let's get on to the next match.
All right, we're gonna talk about RK Bro versus AJ and Omos.
So which was just added yesterday on.
That's right. That was the other added match.
So on Raw, Riddle, after taking an RKO from Randy Orton a few weeks back, he comes to the save during Orton's match with Omos, and Orton basically says, "You know what, Riddle, I respect you." And RK Bro is back.
Of the Viper. They're back together.
They got an awesome fucking reaction from the crowd.
The crowd was jacked. I want to see them grab the titles. I want to see them go with the gold. So Kenny, I'm spoiling my prediction early. I'm going with RK Bro. Based off personal reasons, but also I think it fits. I think the story's calling for it.
And we've even seen some dissension between AJ Styles and Omos, so I also think that RK Bro is going to win, because I think AJ will mess something up for Omos, which will ultimately cost them the titles.
That's right.
So I think RK Bro is going to be a good, I think that'll be a good little tag title run. I mean, the tag titles are very low on the totem pole, but with this feud, it's really been one of the highlights of Raw.
Yeah, hopefully it can elevate it to an area where the next holders or whoever is next in line can keep them somewhat higher and keep moving them up the ladder in WWE.
Oh yeah, hopefully the tag division can only go up from here.
One of my favorite divisions, just never gets displayed right.
Yeah, I know, it's a shame, but so yeah, we're both going RK Bro for the win. So what's the next match on the card?
We're going to have a look at Seth Rollins versus Edge. I'm getting into a big one.
Yes. So over the weeks, or actually this past Money in the Bank, Seth pretty much cost Edge the Universal title in a way.
Yeah, that's right. Edge could have been champion right now.
Seth thinks that he's the next in line for a title shot. Obviously, John Cena is now, which we'll get into later. But so he's going to try to take Edge out once and for all. Kenny, who do you think's winning this match?
I think Edge is going to do the thing of every great veteran and put Rollins over and get him maybe elevated. Maybe he could be the man to go over and take it from Bobby Lashley over on Raw. Maybe he gets a switch up later on in the year. Who knows?
I could see that for sure. I'm really on the fence about this match. I never really thought about who could win. I want to say Edge, just because, I feel like Edge is kind of going through a little redemption thing right now. He's going to try to topple Seth Rollins now and maybe get another shot with Roman down the line, or whoever's the champion.
Yeah, maybe he could go over and battle with Lashley. But
I can also see if John Cena were to beat Roman Reigns, I think Seth could have a match with Cena, which we've seen before, and they've killed it
and they have good ring chemistry. I like their performances together. They seem to gel very well.
So I am gonna go Edge, just because I think that is what I can logically see going forward. But I can also see Seth winning.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with my Seth Rollins prediction. I feel like I like being different.
Oh yeah, I think it's. But see, the best about this match is that it's kind of unpredictable. Because I'm sure if you was just to chalk it up to, well, Edge is a part-timer, sort of. And I think I'm not going to go into the match with that mindset, because really, I think Seth does have a good shot at winning. I think there could be some shenanigans in the match, don't get me wrong.
I feel like something could be, maybe Becky Lynch's return could spice up that match and maybe cause Seth to be the winner by dirty cause.
Yeah, so I think that is possible, so we're going to have to just expect the unexpected with this match.
Yeah, we have a lot of different angles that we could go with this, and I think it is a good story being told.
For sure. I can't wait. So, Kenny, what is the next match
we
on the
are going to
SummerSlam
move
card?
on to Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. And as you can already hear me laughing, I'm not a huge fan of this feud.
No, this has been kind of a down point in Drew's Raw run, I guess.
Yeah, his run went from hero to zero.
So, last night on Raw, Veer and Shanky were trying to, which is Jinder Mahal's henchmen, if you guys haven't watched Raw in a while, which I don't blame you, but basically they're Jinder Mahal's new henchmen, and Jinder wanted the sword taken away from McIntyre. Obviously, it didn't happen. But just over the weeks, this feud hasn't really caught fire. I guess if you look at it, it's cool in one aspect that, they're former 3MB members, so, and Jinder's actually getting a prominent kind of spot on the card,
he's
which
getting
is
a role for once.
And I'm not excited, and I'm a McIntyre fan, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really excited for this match in particular.
And Jinder's never really found, I said about his role earlier, like just a second ago, I kind of messed up what I meant to say, because his role, he's never really found a role that he could latch on. He's not really a jobber, and he's not really the world title guy they tried to make him. He's somewhere in between, but they can't find the footing for him.
He's definitely in a kind of limbo area because... so who do you think is going to win this match?
I'm going to have to go with, to keep Drew's credibility high, you have to let Drew take this victory.
Agreed. Oh yeah, I definitely think McIntyre's winning. I don't know where this could go. I definitely think the feud is probably going to end at SummerSlam, which is good because it doesn't have to be a long-running feud. But we've seen a lot of matches like that kind of keep going because there's no real plan for after both men in the match. So, yeah, I think Drew McIntyre has a very good chance of winning, and that's who we're both going to go with.
Yep, I think that's a solid answer.
Hopefully the feud will be over and Drew can maybe move on to bigger and better things on perhaps the blue brand.
Yeah, that's right.
Because a shake-up is imminent. After SummerSlam, that's usually near around the time we might get a shake-up.
That's when they're going to change the rosters.
So hopefully Drew can kind of find something better, because I think he's kind of run his course out on Raw. There's not much he can really do.
Or they got to bring more people over to face him if that's the case.
Yeah, for sure. So Kenny, what is another match on the SummerSlam card?
We are talking about Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks.
We're running it back from WrestleMania this year.
Are you excited?
Yes, because I think they can put on a good match, but honestly, I've seen it enough, so I can kind of know what's gonna happen. I'm on the fence as well, like the Rollins and Edge match. I don't really know who could win. I think both have a good shot.
Yeah, I think both are serious contenders, and it's not outrageous to think one over the other.
Yeah, I think Sasha Banks might take it. Because maybe Belair could be moving brands.
Moving brands, yeah. You don't think she'll stay around to stay with Montez Ford and the Street Profits on the same brand?
Well, I guess they can't really, that can't be their call, I guess. So, I mean, and we've seen...
Yeah, they don't get to choose that.
Yeah, so, and they do things like that all the time.
For sure.
Like with Corey Graves and Carmella, obviously they're together.
No, they're split.
So I think I'm going to go with Banks just because, while she's had like such a comeback, they've really put this over that, Sasha Banks betrayed Belair. But let's go back to that. So on SmackDown a few weeks ago, I think Bianca Belair was in a tag match against Selena Vega and Carmella. She had a mystery tag partner, I believe.
Yep.
And this is the return of Sasha Banks. They were on the red carpet for something. I forget what it was, but they were together, doing photo shoots and stuff. And Sasha Banks appeared to come back as a face, even though the last time we seen her was at Mania as a heel.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like this blindside or this betrayal because it was kind of dumb babyface syndrome on Belair's part. It was weird for Sasha to come to the rescue as someone she was just having like almost a blood feud with.
Yeah, this is my main opponent.
I feel like I've seen this all before, which we have, but who else do you put in that role? Who else do you put against Belair? There's not enough. Yeah,
it's a recycled story with recycled match. It's just everything seems recycled there. But I'm gonna lean the other way and say that Belair will keep her title. I think she has more left in the tank with her run. I just don't feel like she's done yet. I feel like she's one of the best natural athletes that WWE has to display. So I think for that reason, I would keep displaying her talents. I would keep the title with her.
Oh yeah, either way, I think it's good if Belair does keep it because I do like Belair. But obviously you can see Banks winning it because that's kind of a trend. I feel like Banks might win it, but then she might just lose it right after because she doesn't really, she ain't good at keeping hold of titles.
Yeah, Banks is not known for her long, lengthy title reigns.
But, so I'm going to go with Banks and you're going Belair?
Yeah, we're going to split that one as well.
Alrighty, so what is the next match on the card?
We have Sheamus versus Damian Priest.
I'm definitely going, just to get into the prediction part right now, I'm going Damian Priest 100%. I think it's his time. I think Vince actually really likes him. I do too. I think he's got the size. I like his promos. I think he's just like an all-around like good performer. Like I really like his work. And
yeah, he's earned it. He's put his time in on the indies. He's been there for a while, lost a lot of weight. Have you seen the pictures of the old Punishment Martinez?
Oh yeah, and I think it was a good motive. Like, people will get motivated in your company if you're gonna give them,
a reason to.
Mm-hmm. Like, Priest is I wouldn't put him in the same vein as Karrion Kross because obviously Kross has had some very questionable booking. Priest hasn't really had that much,
he's had pretty good success. He's had pretty good success without any hiccups.
The Bad Bunny match at Mania really, skyrocketed.
Yeah, Bad Bunny really actually put on a show.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing.
And it was, I thought it was one of the highlights of Mania. Honestly, like I thought
it really was.
All four men, like Damian Priest, Bad Bunny, Morrison, and
they
Miz,
were all willing to work with each other. You didn't see any everybody gelled very nice in that match.
Oh yeah. So, Kenny, who are you going to go for in this match?
I'm gonna go on the other end, and I'm gonna take Sheamus. I think his new, more serious gimmick is kind of, now that I've seen him on TV a little bit more, because he had that stretch where it seemed like he was off TV for 100 days. Yeah. But now that I've kind of seen a little bit more of where he's going with this weirder masked character, I want to see at least another run of it for at least another pay-per-view. Like, make it past this one. Then maybe lose it to Priest. That's just what I'm thinking because I'm catching some steam with the Sheamus character, but that's just my personal thoughts. I'm just leaning the other way. I'll go Sheamus.
Oh, yeah. And it's not, unreasonable to see that Sheamus could win because obviously he can. They could try to blow.
Honestly, yeah, I think he should drop it soon, honestly.
I don't think this feud's over, actually, if Priest were to win the title.
Yeah.
I think Sheamus would be in the mix, but I definitely think Morrison is just going to, rise as his own singles competitor because there's been friction, especially last night on Raw, between Miz and Morrison a little bit.
Yeah, so they might be splitting apart.
And I think that'll be good for Morrison because we got to see what I think he would kill it as a singles competitor.
Oh, he's shown around the world that he can.
Oh yeah,
when he's let off the leash, he can do a lot of nice things.
Definitely. Let's just hope for the best. And I'm really excited for this U.S. title match.
Yeah.
So what's another match on the card?
We are looking at the Raw Women's title match. The three-way match between Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Nikki A.S.H, I think. Yeah, isn't that the abbreviation?
Yeah.
I always fuck that up.
So if you guys caught Raw last night, or even if you've just been watching, for the past couple weeks, you've seen that Nikki A.S.H. has been booked really terrible as
a champion.
She lost last night to Rhea Ripley, which is her challenger. She's also lost to Charlotte Flair
multiple times.
I mean, she did win.
I think it was multiple times.
It could have been multiple times. Oh, yes, actually, so let's get into that. So Nikki A.S.H. wrestled twice last night. She lost to Rhea Ripley, and then she lost a tag match with Rhea Ripley as her partner against Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax. I mean, Rhea Ripley took the pinfall, but nonetheless, Nikki Cross still lost.
Yeah, she was still involved in a loss.
Sorry, Nikki A.S.H., not Nikki Cross.
Yeah, Nikki Cross was...
I can't... I'm not really a fan of this gimmick. I'm sorry that offends people. I don't think... With a character like this, you kind of got to have those wins. Even, and I hate to say this, I don't like roll-up wins, but for a character like that, I think it would work because it's like an underdog story.
Yeah. Oh, wow, it's happening. Oh, 1, 2, 3, bam. Like, it's over. Like, that kind of story. Yeah, I get it. But Nikki A.S.H. just become out of nowhere, too. It was just kind of snap, bang, boom, here I am. Champion, superhero. I didn't get it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like it came out of nowhere. I'm glad that she's finally been given the chance. I just wish it was in a different way.
Oh, for sure.
Because I don't think this gimmick. I mean, it is. I mean, the fans do still like her, and I think that's more because of Nikki Cross than
putting in the work.
A.S.H.
Yeah, it's her putting in the work compared to the character that she's putting on a show with, because that character is just not.
Yeah, and I still think it's a shame that she created this character and it worked. Like her, and all the kudos to Nikki Cross because she made this character. And Vince obviously noticed it because he's into those kind of weird gimmicks.
Yeah, and
she got the Raw Women's title, so obviously it worked.
Yeah,
so it worked for her.
For her, she's having success, so for her, why not? But to the prediction part, I think I want to see it back on Ripley, just to see maybe build her up actually this time. That's just what I'm saying. What I want more or less on this one, so I'm gonna go Ripley.
I am also going to go Ripley, but I'm also, this is kind of some fantasy booking. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but this is how I think I can see it transpire. Now, I think Rhea Ripley could do some heelish things and maybe get some, heat from the crowd. And even if Charlotte, I'm on the fence, I don't think Nikki A.S.H. is retaining. I think one of the two will win.
Is Ripley heel right now?
She's not, but I think I could see her go that route, and here's why.
Yeah.
So if Rhea Ripley was to, kind of go a little bit heel, if she wins after the match, we get a return from Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I would like to more see that return on the SmackDown side because I don't want to really see Lynch on Raw again, but Raw obviously needs her because
it's falling apart.
But even then, SmackDown I think would need Becky Lynch too.
The WWE in general just needs stars. It's her star power.
Yeah, and I think for a big return for SummerSlam, I think it's the perfect opportunity if she's ready to go. Hopefully we'll see Becky Lynch there.
I feel like she is.
I think this could be the match where Becky Lynch comes back. So for my final kind of prediction, because I've been on the fence, I think I could see them giving it back to Charlotte Flair and then Becky Lynch returning, which I don't want to see that again, but it's the only way, it's the only thing I can see. Yeah. If I'm not banking on the Becky Lynch idea, I would say... No, I could see Charlotte winning again. I don't know why. I don't want it to.
In no way, shape, or form are we seeing Nikki A.S.H. keep this title.
No, and maybe she will just for a good,
for a good laugh for Vince,
or just a good reaction from the crowd because we don't want the winners to be very heel heavy.
Yeah. You don't want to under. You need to keep the balance. I'm trying to say that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Charlotte Flair is gonna win. I'm still on the fence. Maybe my opinion will change in about a couple days' time.
Yeah, this is just.
But for now, for the podcast, I'm gonna say Charlotte Flair will win. Right
on. Well, what do you think about the SmackDown tag titles? The Usos versus the Mysterios.
So yes, that is another match on the card. Very kind of stacked card if you look at it on paper. Yeah, so Usos versus the Mysterio family. So from what I hear, I haven't had a great chance to watch SmackDown as of late, but I think there is some dissension going on with Mysterio and Dominic. Or sorry, Ray and Dominic.
Yeah.
So maybe they are going to do a kind of Dominic solo run.
That could be an option. Well, you need to build solo stars, and what better way than to put him over his own father?
And I think for just getting the predictions now, the Usos I think are gonna walk away with the win.
Yeah, I definitely can see that with the tensions rising. That makes sense, and I'm on board with that.
And it's a good thing you remind me of the match because, honest to God, I forgot it was on the card.
Really?
Truth be told, and I like them both. I like all four people in that match. It's just this is more of a problem with the SmackDown tag titles because
it's more of a tag division thing. It's just minor focus. It's just like Jimmy and Jay are just carrying them while they're behind Roman.
And I think even without the titles, I think the match would still work because they've been kind of implemented. The Mysterios have with Edge and that kind of fighting against the Roman Reigns family.
Yeah.
So or the bloodline. Sorry, the bloodline.
And now I think they're working alongside John Cena, haven't they been?
Yeah. I think they're kind of they're kind of friends of the faces of Edge and John Cena.
Friends of whoever's fighting Roman with them.
Yeah, but no, I think the Usos are gonna walk away with the win. So Kenny, what is your prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Usos as well. I think that's the right way to go, and I wish the Ray and Dominic's run would have been better, but I just don't see a result where the Usos need to lose these yet. So I'm gonna say Usos as well.
Oh yeah. So Kenny, what was another match on there's a lot of matches,
We're down
guys.
to the final two, I believe, of them, and I'm gonna ask you about Goldberg and Bobby Lashley.
I'm getting right into it. Goldberg is most likely going to win this match.
You think so?
And I don't want it to happen. I think it'd be more beneficial for Bobby to beat Goldberg. I'm kind of upset that this match is even happening just because I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. I was kind of hoping that would be the SummerSlam match. If it were, I mean, Goldberg's, don't get me wrong, he's still a big star. But when you look at the quality of matches that, between
his
that
performance
both making,
level is gone.
Goldberg has had some big stumbles as of late. But to be fair, he's had some. He did have a good SummerSlam match against Dolph. It was a squash, but he had a good match.
The fucker headbutts doors. How is he supposed to put on matches?
So maybe SummerSlam is like the kind of hidden gem of Goldberg's match quality. Maybe it's just SummerSlam.
I'm gonna pray for my biscuits that Bobby Lashley is gonna go off the rails and win this match against Bill fucking Goldberg. I'm gonna go with Bobby Lashley.
Hopefully that happens. I'm just trying to, if I was to say who I wanted to win, Bobby Lashley, obviously, but who I think will win is different than who I want to win.
Yeah, a lot of what I want and what I think is pretty. Sometimes I try to line them up with my own logic.
So, just as a little, so if Bobby Lashley were to win, where does he go from here?
Where does he go? I think he goes into a feud with pretty much whoever wins Edge and Rollins. I think that's where you go, because where else do you go unless Cross is full-time call-up and doesn't have the NXT title? Then, who else are you building? McIntyre's kind of out of that scene for now. Finn maybe could come over, but I'm thinking it's going to be probably the winner of Edge and Rollins.
Oh, yeah, because they could easily just go to, they could get drafted to Raw.
Surprise show up. Hey, I'm here to take you down, Bobby Lashley, because Goldberg couldn't do it. How you doing?
If there is a shakeup, if this shakeup does happen, because we don't know this for sure, we're just kind of guessing on what we've seen in the past couple years with the company, but I think I don't want Edge or Rollins to go to Raw just because I like that main event picture that they got. They got such a good main event picture for SmackDown. Yeah, they've got, Roman Reigns, Cena for now, Edge, Seth Rollins, and they could even insert maybe another top guy in there somewhere. Big E, I guess he's getting with the Money in the Bank.
There, yeah.
Do you see a cash in on any kind of?
Not tonight, or not on that night. I don't think.
You don't think Big E's gonna cash it in?
No, I think he'll hold on to it a little longer, tease it a little longer, maybe hold on to Survivor Series or something.
Oh yeah. But I think what could happen if Bobby were to win is we might even get the
See
big return of Brock Lesnar,
Yeah, we could.
which I hope does happen because
Maybe
they
comes
could.
and dances on top of the ram and shakes his boobies at him and it's like, Bobby!
They could build that to Survivor Series, and I think for Survivor Series, that'd be
I'm not in good shape right now, Bobby, but when I wake up, and I'm gonna get in shape. Give me 6 months and I'll fight you.
Yeah, he had to say, listen, I'll fight you at the next WrestleMania, which they could still do. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they could stretch it. It's all according to how long they want to stretch it, but I'm gonna go with Bobby.
Oh yeah, and I will go with Goldberg. So what is the final match that everyone already knows what it is, but what is the final match for SummerSlam? Most likely the main event.
The head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns versus the leader of the C Nation, John Cena.
For the Universal title, Roman Reigns versus John Cena. So I still have this kind of mindset that I had a few weeks ago when the both matches were kind of like now on the card. I said Goldberg is gonna win, but Roman Reigns will retain, and that's what I'm still going for. I think Roman Reigns, this will just put him up because we don't know how long he's gonna be back for.
This could be temporary. This could be 2 years. Who knows?
But if you look at the moment that it would be if Cena were to win his 17th title and topple Ric Flair's record, even though it's kind of shaky on what it actually is.
Maybe that's why WWE let go Ric Flair from his Legends contract.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you never know. You never know about these things. But so, Kenny, who is your prediction?
I'm gonna go Roman Reigns as well. I don't think he's done. I think he's got more left to do. I think the days of his title reign is impressive, but I think there's more to even do. I think he can keep building himself up, beat Cena, be the unstoppable one, and when someone does conquer him, make a blood feud out of it. Like, to be like, how dare you beat the tribal chief? I'm gonna make this thing a big deal. If you're going all the way nuts deep with Roman, he needs to retain this.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Roman, and I think even Cena could win just to get the record, but it wouldn't be a long reign. I think maybe they'll just have Roman win at whatever the next pay-per-view is. I'm not too sure. Could be a Saudi Arabia show.
Possibly.
I think that's coming soon. But yeah, I definitely think Roman Reigns will win. I mean, we never know. I guess Cena might be sticking around for a while, but I know he's got movies coming up, so
he might have to be at the premieres.
It's gonna be kind of a hard time frame for Cena if he wanted to stick around. But anyways, that's it for the SummerSlam card. And just as a little bit of a side note, one of the things that I'm looking forward to on this show is some WWE 2K22 news. The official 2K Twitter, they said that, or WWE 2K Twitter, they said that they're going to be revealing some stuff, hopefully a game trailer, some roster reveals, maybe new info on some modes.
Some game mode, some gameplay, some of that, some of this. We want to see it all. New ways to do the controls. Everything they got to show us, I want to see.
Oh, yeah. And this is just, this is, I will say, ending the SummerSlam segment here, the matches that I'm excited for the most is Rollins versus Edge, Roman versus John Cena, and even Damian Priest versus Sheamus. Those are the three matches that I'm just looking forward to.
Look forward to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and maybe there's another match that could be added. I mean, we know Balor and Corbin ain't on the card,
and they could.
I think that could be a match that could be added. But for now, on August 17th, which is what we're recording, that is the official match card for SummerSlam 2021. And next up, we're gonna get into NXT TakeOver 36.